Welcome to renovating number 5. In this episode we return to the main bathroom. If you've been watching all the episodes, and well done if you have, it started its life as a barbecue area. So far we have removed the brick barbecue wall and the existing broken concrete base, built a concrete retaining wall, and then refilled the hole, fitted the plumbing and laid the concrete base. We've also built the framework for the exterior wall and fitted a new window. So now all we need to do is focus on the inside. The walls don't take long to put up, with big sheets of plaster, especially with Andy helping. They will need taping and filling, but I have that process down pat. Okay, so I've got a cove, the bathroom, or cornice, as you call it in Australia. We call it coving in the UK. So I had a really nice Cockney guy on YouTube show me how to do this. So I'm just going to show you how he taught me. And you can see there I've drawn some lines on the walls, just where the coving's going to go. So I'll put you down and I will show you what I mean. So when I first started this, I made up some cheat samples. And that's the right hand one, that's the left hand one, but I think they're the wrong way around actually. And so when I put them up at the wall, I have a perfect corner. So when I draw, so offer the two corners up, pieces up, and it should sit together as a good angle, unless of course your ceiling like this one must be out. Because those two pieces actually go together and make a grate. So it might be that you have to fix your corner. However, so you stick your corners in as best they can, holding one very still, draw along the top. Draw a line along the bottom. Your angles are in together. You've got your corners drawn. Now you could go through the middle and keep drawing all the way along the wall if you wanted to, but to be fair, if you've got your two ends in the right place, your middle's going to be in the right place anyway. So once you've gone around the room and done all the corners, that's when you get to start cutting up and putting it in the right place. I've just got that corner over there to do. And then so each corner has that drawn in, and it makes life so much easier, because once you've got your plaster, the muck on the back of your coving or cornice, you can't actually see whether it's straight or not, and the line really does help. You just put your plaster up to it. Alright, so next step is to cut it to the right size. Okay, so we're ready to cut our piece. Now, because I'm a visual learner and I have to have something in front of me so I can see what it is I'm doing, so I don't, because otherwise I spend hours doing the wrong cuts. So I've set up and cut a template. So I did the little template for the corners to make sure that I get the corners in the right places. They were just offcuts, so I didn't ruin a piece, it was just an off piece. And so I made a little template, and the templates represent the markings on the board. So if you see, it says on the TA, BD, BC, TB and that, and they represent what it says on here, so that I get my corners cut in the right places. Because I spent the first few weeks, I'm going to turn you up so you can actually see me. First few attempts, first few attempts cutting them at the wrong size, wrong angle, and it drove me crazy because I kept wasting pieces of plasterboard. So I actually made myself a template to cheat, so that I try to get it right every time. You cut the end first before you measure, otherwise obviously it's not going to be right. It's going to be too short. Tape measure, so on an internal angle, which is your normal corners, you measure from the longest end. Line your measured mark to the mitre cutting box. This is the bit where the sample comes in handy, because you can offer it up to check all the lines match up. The fixing adhesive is a little cold, so it's going on a bit thick, but spread it liberally across the outside edge of the coving, making sure that the middle is clear from any plaster, as this bit won't actually touch the wall. Offer the coving up to the ceiling and move into place between your drawn lines and firmly push into place. Using plasterboard nails, tack above and below the coving so it doesn't move. The nails hold the coving temporarily into place, so don't hammer them in too far. Now we need to fill in the gaps with the adhesive and remove any excess before it goes dry. I use a wet sponge to clean up the mess. This not only helps clean up, but also smooths out the plaster and saves on rubbing down. Try not to rub down too hard though with the damp sponge, or you will damage the outer casing of the coving. With your trusty apprentice, repeat this process 4 more times. And ta-da! The coving is done. A quick coating of undercoat seals the plasterboard on the ceiling, coving and walls before we paint our final colour with Taubman's paint. With the walls and ceilings now complete, we are ready to install the bathroom furniture. But this will have to wait until next time. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe and share.